Next up on Week in Review.
Milwaukee surprises with a brand new blade.
OSHA tackles music on the job site.
And for some reason, corded tools.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review. Hey guys, I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah. Welcome back to the Power Tool Week in Review. Let's start things off with something big.
Oh, we can do that thanks to Kiefer the Toolaholic, who went to the Landscape Ontario show, where he caught up with JCB to see the latest in heavy equipment. This is the world's smallest track backhoe loader. It's got 4 hydraulic brakes, a lift capacity of 2,200 pounds, and according to the demo guy, you can just
slide your hoe at the back.
Seems convenient. Truth be told, I don't know what any of that means yet. I can't stop watching Kiefer get all pumped up about this thing, so I'm betting it's a pretty big deal. If you're interested in the latest backhoe tech or really into bright blue pants, be sure to follow Toolaholic on YouTube.
If you missed Rob's breaking news yesterday...
Wait, who missed it?
Don't worry, I got this. Milwaukee surprised us by announcing a new addition to the Torch line of recip blades called the Nitrous Carbide for cast iron. With a claimed 3x longer life over standard carbide blades, this 7 TPI next generation of carbide teeth technology promises to outperform competitors in common metal applications without sacrificing the life of the blade. Rob Robillard over at Toolbox Buzz got an early example of the blade and tested it against a Diablo amped recip blade. To see how that turned out, go check out Toolbox Buzz on YouTube.
About 6 months ago, Andrew and the Kite Army decided they wanted to test all of the battery-powered blowers on the market, and they did. Surprising absolutely no one, the Ego took all the other blowers out back and blew them away.
I hate you.
Yeah, you should. Ego apparently decided being number 1 was merely plebeian and aimed even higher with an even more powerful blower. Andrew showed off the all-new Ego 650 CFM model and he was blown.
Don't do it.
Let's go with impressed.
See right there, it looks really cool, and it's kind of cute.
Whoa! Wait a second, what's wrong with being cute?
What? Right?
Yeah. So if you need to have the biggest, baddest, and cutest blower on the block, I get that. Just head over to Kite Army on YouTube.
It's been a while since we checked in with our buddy Austin, and it looks like he's been busy cutting drywall. Thankfully, he got his hands on the Makita Drywall Saw and decided to give it a review. Austin loved how easy it was to make cuts with the almost zero risk of cutting anything behind the drywall. He also noted how nearly dustless the saw operates when paired with a vac. However,
I'm not going to say 100% dustless because it's still drywall, and drywall always makes a mess.
You're kind of like drywall. To learn more about Makita's Drywall Saw, visit Tools at Work on YouTube.
Hey, Robillard's back, and not a minute too soon because it's time for actual work with Rob Robillard. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob, Sarah, how are you this week?
We're doing great. What you got for us today?
As a remodeling carpenter, I see many iterations of basement insulations that have gone wrong. I want to just take a quick moment to talk to you about best practice basement insulation, vapor barriers, stuff like that. This topic can get super complicated, and there's a lot of variables to understand with the building envelope. So if you'd like to learn more about this, I took a really deep dive over in an article on my website, concretecarpenter.com. All right, so a common foe that causes potential disaster in most basements and can be mitigated across that living space is moisture. Where there is moisture, there is mold. The wrong way to approach basement insulation is to treat it like an above-grade living space. So I've seen situations where regular craft-faced insulation in walls, even spaced with a 1-inch gap off the masonry, as well as 6mm plastic poly behind fiberglass against the foundation. I've seen as a vapor barrier, I've seen both of those result in mold growth. Fiberglass insulation does not support mold growth per se, but the paper backing does. And additionally, fiberglass is such a good filter that it catches dust and debris from air leakage in a house, and that dirt caught in the fiberglass, that grows mold. So to avoid this, you need to understand basement insulation best practices, and the simplest way to prevent water and air movement and vapor is to create a continuous vapor barrier to prevent that air movement. And we do that by sealing air leaks and using products that are going to be 100% coverage, like closed cell spray foam insulation. We consider it best practice. It's a vapor barrier as well as an insulating masonry, good for masonry. Now you can use rigid foam boards as well, but they have their limitations and we cover that in the article. So look, best practice, space your walls 1 inch to 2 inches off the foundation wall, and by leaving that 1 to 2 inch gap, the spray foam can get in behind that and fill that gap between the wood studs and the foundation wall. This will create a thermal break, preventing conductive heat loss to the studs, as well as creating an uninterrupted vapor barrier and sealing all air leaks. You'll have a mold-free, well-insulated basement space. Guys, I hope this helps. Have a great week. Take care.
Thank you so much, Rob. If you're not familiar with Stan the Dirt Monkey, you probably should be. Unlike most tool reviewers we follow here on the Weekend Review, Stan's format is founded on trade education. Specifically, landscaping, construction, and snow removal. Want an example? This week he posted a 20-minute long video teaching you how to properly plow snow with a skid loader. The guy's using toy cars and Duplo blocks to help explain the proper way to handle different parking lots. Now think about that. This guy is freely giving away trade secrets to his peers. We need more dirt monkeys.
Agreed.
Best of all, even if you don't own a skid loader, he's always fun to watch and you definitely learn something. Head over to Stan Dirt Monkey Genetic on YouTube.
Pro Tool Review guys are out of control.
What are you talking about?
This week they posted a head-to-head, as they tend to do, this time determining the best corded recip saw.
So?
They tested 44 saws.
Out of control!
What are you gonna do with these guys? 44 is too many.
That's way too many. I'm not even gonna watch the video.
Well, it's too late for me.
That's 14 sauce.
What?
That's typo, my bad.
Oh, well, they're still crazy.
For many reasons.
Many. But hey, if you find yourself struggling to choose which corded recip saw you want, you really have no choice but to visit Pro Tool Reviews on YouTube.
It's that time again for construction industry news from the Construction Junkie. Now let me ask you a question. Do you use headphones on the construction sites?
That's a fine.
All right, calm down there, Captain OSHA. As it turns out, OSHA has been less than direct on their view of headphones. Some job sites allow them, some don't. If you bring up the subject of music on the construction site, you're likely to get mixed reactions. Now, in a recent standard interpretation letter, OSHA has finally clarified its stance on the technology. They noted that they do not strictly prohibit the use of headphones through regulation, but they do caution that their use may possibly create or augment other hazards. If you don't hear someone yelling, "Yo, don't fall in the pit!" well, that's bad. They claim that employers have a responsibility to limit the use of headphones if they can put you in danger. I realize that many of you can easily work on the job site without music if needed, but coffee? That's an inalienable right fought for by the founding fathers in World War I.
None of that's true.
Fortunately for you, the patriots over at Ox Coffee have built a coffee maker specifically for the rigors and rough environments of the job site. And this week, Construction Junkie is giving one away to one lucky winner. You have until the 22nd to exercise your 34th Amendment and get entered.
There's no 34th Amendment.
Whatever. And for the rest of your industry news, head over to constructionjunkie.com.
Before we take off, let's see what's been going on in the world of Instagram. First up, our buddy Colt from Just Build It got himself a brand new Makita AWS dust extraction system to use with his new Makita Track Saw. He promised more videos to come, so go follow him if you haven't already.
The Concord Carpenter got a behind-the-scenes look at Milwaukee's Greenwood manufacturing plant, where apparently he found an M18 robot arm, or maybe that's MX. Either way, I want 4 of them so I can put gloves on the end and make them applaud me whenever I do something awesome.
They would die of boredom.
Jeez, Sarah.
Our buddy Scott from Drywall by Design found himself under a pile of snow, but found his way out with his Ego snowblower. Hey, when are we gonna use ours?
Whoa, I'm just as anxious as you are, but let's be careful about wishing for snow, okay? Lazy Guy DIY decided that when it came to cutting his sidewalk, using the right tool for the job justified a Hilti rental from Home Depot.
Jay Keller 1.0 posted a video detailing the differences between the Milwaukee and rigid cordless press tools. Usually we hear complaints about Bluetooth integration and power tools, but in this case, he's clearly impressed.
And that's gonna do it for us this week. We appreciate you joining us. Now, before we go, we had a contest last week, right?
We did. We got to give away the Ego 650 CFM blower.
And that's like the big one. That's the one that Andrew just demoed in his Kite Army video that we
yes.
featured.
Well, congratulations, Charlie Bender. You won that. What?
Like Bender?
No.
Like
Bender.
Like the robot from Futurama.
No, that's Bender. This is Binder. B-I-N-D-E-R.
B-E-N-D-E-R. Ben.
I'm
Come
out.
on,
I'm not doing this. I'm out.
I can do this myself. I don't need her.
Sure you can.
Anyways, I want to thank our sponsors, Ohio Power Tool and Ego, for sponsoring us this week. You're the worst. If you want to get yourself an Ego snowblower, just like the one that Scott used in his Instagram post we just featured, you can pick one up at Home Depot for only $6.49. I recommend that you do it before the snow gets here. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and at least one of us will be back next week. I'll see you then. Come on!
Nope.